In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to deal with IP claims, and specifically, if you do eBay to Amazon, I'm going to talk to you about how to actually deal with these claims. So stay tuned. So I'm just going to take you on my walk, and kind of like a friend to a friend, I'm going to tell you all about IP claims, and very specifically about me. I do eBay to Amazon online arbitrage, where I purchase at a discounted price from eBay and then I sell back on Amazon. And so this advice is going to be very specific to that, but also will include if you do regular retail arbitrage, books, online arbitrage, wholesale, or whatever it is. If you're doing regular retail arbitrage or online arbitrage or wholesale, dealing with IP claims is actually very simple. All you're gonna have to do is find the receipt that you have for that product and upload it where they say to upload the receipt. Very simple. And if the claim keeps getting denied, you just wanna make sure that your receipt actually shows the product, how many you purchased, and your address and the supplier's address, and that will end up working in order to get the claim removed. For eBay to Amazon though, it's a little bit more complicated because Amazon typically does not accept the invoices for eBay. And so a lot of people think that you just can't do eBay to Amazon because if you get a claim, then you won't be able to get that claim removed. And this isn't entirely true. If you have a new account and you haven't sold hardly anything, then getting an IP claim is actually going to be very risky for you. But if you have an account that you've actually sold on for a while, most likely one claim isn't going to actually get you completely suspended. It's never 100% true and certain for anything. You could get suspended out of nowhere, but a majority of the time Amazon is trying to give sellers a chance to correct their actions, and so you're not actually going to get suspended off of one claim in a lot of cases. Like for example, I've been selling eBay to Amazon almost completely for the last year and a half, since around October of 2021. And right now it is April of 2023, and I've been doing completely eBay to Amazon. So at the highest point, I would not suggest this to anyone, but I had 6 counterfeit claims and an IP claim on my account. And I've also had friends who have had more than that. And, you know, like, we weren't suspended, even temporarily. And so you would think that the way to actually have those claims removed off of your account is to just stop doing eBay to Amazon and pivot out of that business model. But contrary to that, I actually do completely eBay to Amazon now, and at the moment I have nothing on my account. The more important metric I've found is lowering your return rate, like making sure that customers are actually happy with what they're getting so that they're not submitting counterfeit claims to you in the first place. And then also making sure that you're not selling on the same listing as brands. If a brand is in the buy box or even on the listing, that's a much higher risk listing to be selling. And so with eBay to Amazon, prevention is probably the best thing that you can do in order to deal with these problems. Once you actually have a claim, you can try to submit the eBay invoice, and that is better than doing nothing. The worst thing that you can do on Amazon is not do anything at all. Amazon's algorithm seems to favor when you at least do something, and every once in a while those claims will get removed. But a majority of the time, unfortunately, if you don't have an invoice from a regular wholesaler or a place like Walmart or Target or Nike or whatever it is, it often just doesn't get removed, unfortunately. And so it'll fall off the account in 6 months. Another thing I hear a lot when it comes to eBay to Amazon and IP claims and counterfeit claims and everything is that selling new items is riskier than selling used items. And there is a slight bit of truth to this, but in my experience, it's actually not true at all. So earlier in the video, I talked about how I had 6 counterfeit claims on my account, and that was actually when I was doing completely used items. I started doing eBay to Amazon because I thought that if I sold used items, I was not going to get any counterfeit claim or IP claim. But that's actually not true. I ended up still getting IP claims and counterfeit claims while selling used items. Selling used items versus new items is not a complete way to keep your account safe. The truth in this is that brands are going to be much less likely to send an IP claim to you if your offer is used, but you can still get counterfeit claims, and it is still possible to get IP claims if it's used. It's just less often. So in my experience, when I was getting these claims, it was because a customer was getting something, the item probably wasn't working, and they were thinking, this is garbage, this doesn't work, it's counterfeit. And so I had several customers that I think said counterfeit in their return, and so I received a counterfeit claim. And so dealing with your return rate is going to be really important in keeping your account health safe. And then also selling on listings where the brand is on the listing is one of the easiest way to get a counterfeit claim. And so I want to summarize a couple points from this video. Number one, just because you get one IP claim, especially on an account that's been up for a while, doesn't mean you're going to automatically get suspended. In a lot of cases, there's often some room to get a couple, but still keep in mind that prevention is the best way to keep your account health safe. So obviously don't try to get any of them. Number two, it is possible to sell eBay to Amazon without getting a lot of counterfeit or IP claims. You just have to be very careful about your return rate, your customers being happy with their products, and with selling on listings where the brand is very much so not on the listing. And then the last point, if you are doing regular online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, or wholesale, you can just upload those receipts or invoices to your account to the claim, and you can get those removed in most cases. But unfortunately, if you're doing eBay to Amazon and you get one of these claims, you're really just going to have to let it sit and get it removed in 6 months. You can try to upload the invoice, it's not going to hurt. It will potentially help, but most likely it will not be removed. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but most likely you're going to have to let that sit for 6 months. It could get removed, but potentially not. But this is what I do full time. I buy stuff from eBay and sell on Amazon. I've been doing that full time for almost 2 years now. It definitely does work. You just do have to be careful on what listing you're selling on. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and take care.